Well, boys, some more Valkyrie stuff. Well, we'll jump in. They're both actually going insane by Hero Hey. Let's see what Valkyracist has to say. Just saying. Yeah. Is this the crash out where she's like complaining that she's called the female Hassan? Anyways.
I got a comment on my last video that was joking around with Valkyrie's name and the racist comments that she was making recently. And they're saying
Valkyracist is peak.
That her name is now Valkyracist, which was pretty clever, I gotta admit. In this video, we're going to be talking about Valkyracist a bit more, as well as Hassan.
And definitely. Most certainly, definitely. She is. I mean, consider this. She said you're too white. Imagine telling somebody you're too Asian, you're too brown, you're too black. Just imagine telling that somebody. Telling somebody you're too Latino. Go ahead, do that. Go see what happens. See what happens. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
They're both dwindling down. They're both what's the word? Spiraling down into more unhinged rants. Yeah, that's the way of putting it. You guys know that meme gets criticized once, dies, because like that's essentially what Valkyrie is doing in the clip you're about to watch right now.
Okay, listen. At the end of the day, I think some people just want me to get off the internet. I also
No, well, yes. However, this wouldn't be the case if you'd actually have a spine. If you'd actually see your problem started with when you DM'd Asmongold and then apologized in front of your community.
I think some people want me to just die. You know, I think some people want a villain. I think I am in that position. You know,
you made yourself be the villain. That was a free decision. That was choosing that. That was a free decision.
Because obviously the more you talk about things that you align with or agree with, the more people from the opposite side are going to not like that. Okay? No matter what, I'm trans rights, gay rights. Okay?
And what have you exactly done for those trans people? What have you done for those gay people? What? See, they say they're all pro this and that, but you don't see them do anything. You don't see them ever do anything, and that is my problem with these people. They say they're all pro this, pro that, but they never, ever actually do anything. No charity events, no giving people that may be like for some reason, you know, a victim of violence due to them right, being gay, being trans, whatever, right? Not even that. They're not even giving people the voice. I am sorry. I don't believe you. You do this for views. You do this for money. You do this for follows. I don't believe you.
Okay. I'm going to donate to a lot of charities. I have also. I think that's another thing, like, people don't know, like, what I have donated to in the past, like, what I have fundraised for.
Is this not some of the most unbelievable stuff you guys have seen? I just cannot believe, like I said in the intro, that she's acting like this. This is like if you had a bingo card for like the most cliche rhetoric that a virtue signaler might try to use. And she's literally just checking off almost all of the boxes on that bingo card. Now, 99% of the people talking about Valkyrie are simply criticizing her recent takes that were just bad takes, right? That doesn't mean people want you to die. That's such a ridiculous...
No, people don't want you to die. And if they do want you to die, then they have a mental health issue. Then they have a problem. Then there's something wrong in their head. I think people just want you to realize that what you're saying is just wrong. That you are also promoting racism. How about that? How about that? How about we tackle that first?
Thing to say, way too overly dramatic. And she doesn't have any good response here at all, so she's just resorting to more virtue signals, and this time adding in a attempt at playing victim too. Some of the top responses on this one, reading 34-year-old woman acting like a spoiled brat teenage girl. Response to that reading, her boyfriend's nonstop victim mentality is rubbing off on her. Someone asks who her boyfriend is, and
It's Hassan. That's funny. I've seen a picture with like 3 women. I think Valkyrie was on there. Like 3 women old enough to have a family.
and it gets pointed out that that's Hassan. And that takes us to the next clip, where we've also got Hassan trying to play victim. Titled, Hassan complains that people are actively trying to make him into a toxic person in order to isolate him.
Make him into a toxic person? Bro is toxic. Bro is the definition of being toxic. He is polluting live streaming.
Hassan, buddy, no one is making you a more toxic person. That is one of your natural gifts. You are just inherently like that all on your own.
Having normal relationships with people who are not like outwardly political content creators, for example, can also help many find communities like this one. It's been very effective. And it's been especially effective. If it wasn't, then the right wing and these like dipshit, incel, racist, transphobic people wouldn't be actively trying to make me into a toxic person.
Incel. Engaged. The engaged incel. I'm talking for me, but there's like many other people that are married, right? Metatron has been covering Hassan as well. Ref has been covering Hassan, right? What else do we have? Like, the word incel means legitimately nothing.
That is irredeemable. And even
Also, haven't women come forward and said that he is extremely chauvinistic anyways?
go after my friends who have nothing to do with politics at all.
Bro, people just want you to stop abusing your dog. Holy smokes. Is it that difficult? I guess it is for him, though, obviously.
That's like the main thing right now, the dog. Just the dog. Just leave, just the dog. Stop with the dog. Just like... Just start with the dog. That's start with the dog, actually. Start with the dog, and then we can, like, slowly, with a lot of work, we can move towards your other things, which is wanting people to die. But yeah.
They do that so that I am isolated in general, because they realize that if I'm not isolated and I have normal relationships with these...
You are in a bubble. That is technically isolation. It's just like multiple people are participating in said isolation. But it is technically a form of isolation.
Other communities, then their fan bases will be much more charitable to my worldview. And God forbid, maybe even change their perspective.
This is such an extremely weird way of looking at things. Like, as a creator, so to speak, myself, I could not imagine looking at things through that lens. Like, hey guys, if I start getting more involved with other communities, they might be more charitable to me and I can change their perspectives. Like, that's just such a bizarre way of looking at things. But, you know, it goes back.
It's bizarre because, in my opinion, it doesn't seem like you want a connection with other content creators. You want to get access to their community so you can brainwash them. That is what it sounds like. And to be fair, I think that is what it is. It sounds like you just want to spread your message further. You don't want to actually interact with other creators unless that would be the case where you could spread your message. That is what it sounds like, to me at least.
Back to their playbook of wanting to radicalize people. It's disingenuous, in other words. He's only, like, essentially what he's really saying is he wants to use other communities to try and, like, turn them into vehicles to drive his political rhetoric, essentially, which...
Basically, just like what I said, yep. Pretty much.
As mentioned, does not show a genuine interest in those communities and the things that they're interested in. Nope, he just wants to use them as pawns to push his politics. A top comment on this one reading, Hassan, I never do anything wrong and anyone criticizing me is hallucinating, Piker. Yeah, it's something he said, isn't it? Like, recently, he was like, oh, they just hallucinated that I hurt my dog. Yeah, so...
Yeah, yes. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is. Pretty much, yeah.
They're either hallucinating or they're literally Hitler, apparently. Which takes us back to Valkyracist over here, or, you know, aka Hassan 2.0. Valkyrie explains why she deleted the tweet, and she starts talking about Nazis and sexist people and stuff. Again,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, we're just straight up back in 2015 or something like that. BuzzFeed and Tumblr.
just checking the boxes on bingo. Virtue signal bingo.
I deleted my tweet.
Because you had no spine. If you genuinely believe what you stood behind, you would have kept the tweet up. That's the problem with you guys. You can never... You post something and you delete it. I think people would have more respect when you would put out... I have a meme that basically says, so what if it is my dog shit opinion? What then? How about these people act more like that? Like, I'm not deleting my dog shit opinions.
Because it reached real Nazis, real sexist people, real transphobic people, real hatred people. It almost
What are fake? So if there's a real one, there must be a fake one.
gave them like something to huddle up to. And so that is why I deleted my tweet. That is the reason. It also didn't provide enough context for people.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think you nuked it because you didn't quite like the outcome of it. That's what it is. You did. If you should actually see, the problem is I hate tweet deleting because it means you just didn't really stand by it. And I have less respect for somebody. I'd rather have her dog shit opinion out there than her pull it back, because it's just spineless in my opinion.
People that did not know the context. So I'm not using Twitter again until I do my my Santa Ray foray. No, it's okay.
If you're not familiar with the deleted tweet that she...
There's nothing wrong with having conversations with friends and help them understand where their privilege comes from in regards to situations they may not have personally experienced that others suffer from. How about... Okay, you want to talk about privilege? How about why these people never talk about privileges? See, there's nothing wrong with it until it affects a group that you don't like men, or people that are white, or even Asians. Even Asians face similar problems. They're like the white light edition. Asians face the exact same problem, kind of, sometimes. Not always, not always is a case-by-case situation, but sometimes. How about we start that as well?
is referencing, it is this one from the other day that she very swiftly deleted once people...
I just realized I didn't even read that shit thing.
People began to criticize it. So, you know, in this context, she's once again ignoring all of the criticism that she got. She doesn't seem to have any actual points of merit to bring up here. Instead, she's just gonna blame it all on, oh, it was the real Nazis, guys. Real Nazis were doing something.
These people have never encountered a real Nazi ever. They have not. They have not. They have not.
And yeah, I had to delete my tweet because of the Nazis, guys. The reason I called Valkyrie Hassan 2.0 is not just because she's acting like Hassan, but because she's apparently shocked when a chatter suggests that she's the female Hassan, and she doesn't seem to like that.
I heard you're the female Hassan.
Peak. Yes. We should call her that. We should call her that from now on.
Damn. Is that what you heard? And I cannot change the way you perceive me. And I accept that. Although it hurts me. It hurts me? Okay. Wow, that is wild.
I have an idea for a video title.
Damn. First of all, I play video games.
Okay, to be fair, the video game response was pretty good. I'll give her a credit. I'll give her a point on that one. But why is she shocked about this? There is a lot of similarities And I guess they're dating as well, which is like the icing on the cake, so to speak, in this comparison. But yeah, I mean, you both.
They're dating? Is this a joke? Wait a minute. I gotta make a Google search real quick. So apparently just rumors. I googled. Apparently just rumors. Apparently just rumors from October. Anyways, if they are, that's crazy. Well, you're cooked permanently. This is like being friends with Hassan is like the new Sonny Chew medal. Everyone if you see him, if he's seen with somebody, that somebody's career is crashing, right? He's got miskiff.
Both like to play victim. They both like to play victim. They both like to virtue signal. They both seem to share the same political views, or very close to the same political views. They're both these wealthy Beverly Hills LA streamers. You know, it's quite a list of similarities that we got going on here, Valkyrie. This really shouldn't be that surprising.
Does LA have a problem with these streamers? Like, why is there so many of these? Why is there so many of these?
That people might compare you to Hassan. But it's funny though that she's like offended by this. That's just rather interesting, you know. She seems to like Hassan, right? But then she's like, dang, like it's a bad thing. So does she even like Hassan or not? Because if she liked him, why wouldn't she be like, oh, sick, thanks, dude. Yeah, great. You know, I'd be like, I sound sarcastic, but you guys know what I mean. And then we have this clip. Remember when Valkyrie a few minutes ago was talking about her Santa Ray thing? I think that's what she's referring to here. I presume. I don't know for sure, but it just makes sense. Santa Ray, and she's holding a holiday charity giveaway, so that would check out, I think. But anyways, this says Valkyrie warns rotten people not to enter her charity giveaways. Says that she'll be preemptively picking people and preemptively having a naughty list. This just makes me wonder how she's like holding this investigation into these
How does she do that? Like, is she gonna try and figure out people? Does she have to enter like people's do people have to enter the Twitter handles so she can look at what they're posting on Twitter?
naughty or rotten people.
Yeah, and don't come in here. Like when I start doing the charity giveaways and donations to you guys, like I'm going to make sure not a single rotten person gets a dime. Not a single.
You're never gonna get them. You're never gonna get them. And with this, you're actually giving them an incentive to at least try. At least try.
Dime is going to anyone that is like racist, sexist. Oh yeah, no, I'll be checking logs. And I'm also preemptively picking people.
Preemptive strike. A preemptive strike.
And preemptively having a naughty list. Is preemptively the word I'm looking for?
You remember in 2020 at the height of lockdown when you'd see some Twitter account make the most hollow virtue signal, and they were clearly just doing it to try and get like a bunch of likes on Twitter? It was just like a desperate attempt at like getting clout, and they don't really care about said political issue or social issue that they were virtue signaling about. And then you check their bio and it was like a 14-year-old, allegedly, you know, that's what they'd say in their bio at least. People can obviously lie about that, but their bio would be like, oh yeah, I'm 14. Why does Valkyrie act just like those people? Except now we're in the grand year of 2025, almost 2026, and Valkyrie is not some random 14-year-old on Twitter. Is it a bit that she's doing for her stream or something? Or is she seriously like this? Let me know what you think.
It could be really just to farm clout, right? It really could be like, oh, she's such a good person.
In the comments, and thank you for tuning in. As always, I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day.
Well, that's the end of the video. Well, nothing changed. Nothing changed. Valkyrie's still acting this way. She won't change. There's no point in trying. And if anything, again, I think that I would prefer if she stood her ground at least. That would I would have more respect if she stood her ground, but she doesn't, and none of these people unfortunately do. That would give me a lot of more respect. Or if they do fuck up, they're just straight up honest. That would also be pretty cool. Anyways, that was another episode of Valkyracist. Thank you for watching, guys. Please consider liking and subscribing. I appreciate you. Take care.